Okay, everyone, good morning. So for today, I'm looking at this 2940. Okay, so if we snap 2940 and the advanced decline is selling off hard, and the breadth is selling off as well, and the tick is holding below zero, if we snap this 40 zone with tick with no real negative tick values, I'd be careful. But if we do snap this, if we do snap 40 and the breadth is dropping off, advanced decline is selling off, and tick is holding negative, I'm just gonna short pops all day long because it's gonna be a take profit day because we've been green for the past 3 days in a row. So the high odds play is to go short for the take profit day because then that puts us in this balance between 2900 to 2940 within this zone if we fail to hold above the 40. Now, if we do hold above 40, I can't go long because of how much we've came up and how much of a zone, of an important zone this is, over under. But if we do hold 40 and we do squeeze, I'll short mid 70s. I'm not going to short too soon though, just because of the amount of guys who are stuck short within this balance who may have to get squeezed out first. So I'm looking to short mid 70s if we do hold the 40. But if not, then I'm looking to get long. If not, and we snap, I'll short pops and cover and flip, and then I'll flip back short into a pop into 30s. So if we do snap 40, it's going to be a really nice day. Should be a sick day if this works out properly. So again, if we do snap and the internals are not to are holding up, I'd be careful because it could just be a fake out and then back above. So you want to see internals holding negative when we do snap, and the advanced decline selling off pretty harsh. Okay, let's do it. Let's have a great day. So again, for now I'm just watching and waiting until it's pretty clear which side is going to take over. So for now I'm just watching, okay? So just off the bat, we're bouncing straight off 40. This is a very mechanical level. This may tell me that the buyers aren't really as strong as they might think the market is going to be. So the buyers might be weak here because they're buying it off 40 flat, and 40 is very mechanical. If the buying was going to be real, they'd be buying it like immediately off mid 40s, any price in the 40s they buy, but they're buying it and the 40 snapped. But so what this tells me is that this may not really, the buyers are running out of steam here, and they and the only people who are going to buy 40 is probably going to be the dumb money retail, while the big boys are going to sell into them. That's what I'm seeing right now. But again, I have to wait for confirmation via internals, and then I can short pops. I'm not just going to short this right now. That's kind of it can easily just go back above. Even though it might sell off, it can easily just go back above, you know? I don't want to get shopped in the first 5-minute range. This is where a lot of traders get FOMO, and it may work sometimes, but a lot of times if you're trying to anticipate a breakdown in the first few minutes, I mean, you're just going to get whipped and chopped up. So that's why I like to wait for confirmation via the price action and order flow and internals, and then short pops once it's confirmed. It's just so much less stress and less risk. I don't care if I miss the first initial 5-6 point dump. I'll be shorting pops. Doesn't matter to me. But again, if you are a guy who likes to anticipate, I wouldn't recommend it. But you can get short with a stop over 41.5 or 42. But I would not do that. But if you like the risk reward, you can risk like 2 points for a 10-point plus dump. But I'm not going to do that. But it's a potential setup if it's your type of trade. Also, there's a bid at 30-day. You want to see this bid drop off as well. Hit the offer, and bid's still there. So as now, it's very unclear. There was a decent offer, it got hit immediately, and the bid is still sticking. So it's just very unclear which way we're going to go. Even though we're snapping 40 and delta's negative, it's quite unclear because our tick is still positive, and it's just very two-sided right now. So I just have to wait it out. I mean, if it goes back above 41.5 and through the open above 40, you can expect a quick pop. But that's just a scalp if you're that kind of guy. I wouldn't recommend anyone who is a beginner to take that scalp, because you have to be fast and nimble if you're doing that. So he's stacking his bid now. Let's see if it's he's been here for a while. Maybe actually, maybe a real bid, but let's see if he gets hit or not. He's at 1.4k, 37.38. So you have to play the probabilities in your head. You have to imagine what could happen. This could potentially be a fake out, and they could trap shorts and grab their grab them, and they may be soaking this long side, and they may take it back above the open and squeeze it and stop them out and get the liquidity and then bring it back down. That's a possibility, right? You have to imagine, even though it may not happen, it's a possibility, which is why you can't get too overly biased, right? Like, I've seen it happen all the time. Nasdaq breadth is pretty crap considering our gap, so that's a nice sign that if you are going to go short, this is pretty good on pops. It's a confirmation. Now, if there were offers stacking right at the open below 40, yeah, it'd be short right now, but there isn't, so I can't. That's a different scenario. Like if we have these two bids in pink right here, like 2, 3, 4 bids or offers, yeah, it'd be short, but I mean, it wasn't there, so I can't take it. I just have to wait it out. So they got hit. Delta is nice and negative. If we snap 37 and flush low 30s, that's the confirmation, and then I'll look at the internals to see if it's confirming, and then I'll short pops. Ideally against VWAP. On trend days, you want to be entering ideally against VWAP in the halfback. Because on trend days, whoever is stuck will exit at their average price into each bounce. So a VWAP should act as a nice entry on trend days. On bounce days, forget it. So again, you want to see this flush 37, snap low 30s, and tick get nice and negative. Advanced decline is already selling off. It's nice, and the Nasdaq breadth is pretty crap for the gap up we're having. So if we get that, a nice tick flush, and if on the bounce the tick is not too positive, I'm getting short for the trend down day because of all these guys who now see the 40 break is failing to hold, and they'll take profits. But I have to wait for confirmation. I can't just blindly enter here now, unless it's a starter position. I have to wait for the confirmation first, then enter on pops. Because I've seen a lot of times it can just snap, soak, and then push back through the open, squeeze you out, right? So you have to wait and be patient. Your mindset has to be, I don't care if I miss the first trade, there's going to be more in the day. That has to be your mindset. Even if the pop doesn't come, we're still going to get long if it flushes enough, you know? Like, it doesn't matter if you miss the first trade. You have to be disconnected. You have to be. If you're attached to the price movements, you're never going to make it. Never. It's too emotional. I don't care if I miss trades. I'm waiting for the best ones to come to me, and then I hit it hard. Okay, so right now, internally right now, everything is being sold off, so that's pretty good. I'm still waiting for the long panic to confirm that that they're gonna like take profits today. I have to see quick flush panic, and that's my confirmation that the longs are gonna be screwed today, and then I'll short pops. And when we do pop, you want to see the delta not climb too hard. If we do pop. So at this point, if we bounce, I'll get in short. If there are offers stacking, I want to see pink stacking up. I'll get short with a stop above the open. This looks like long liquidation. They're liquidating their longs, and this is big boys liquidating because they're doing it very slow and methodically. It could be their algorithms. Their algos are methodically selling the market right now. A 5-point snap below 40 is enough for me to know that the buyers are not in control today. So I'll take pops back up short if the offers are stacking. If not, then I have to wait for more flush, and I'll take pops short against VWAP even if there are no offers. So pop back up and Delta's holding negative. Offers pop into the market, you go short with a 2 to 3 point stop for a 10-point plus flush. It's a great trade. Even if it only works half the time, the net expectancy on this type of trade is going to be positive long term because of the risk reward ratio. Okay, so we're bouncing now. Let's take it. The tick, unfortunately, is holding above 0. So if you do enter, you want to see tick get below 0. If not, then you have to exit the market, right? It's okay though. It should be good still. There's no real panic yet, but I suspect below half back at 33 and below the priority is high 31. Within this zone, if we snap, it should flush mid 20s. And then if we do flush mid 20s, I'll get long against the overnight low in POC, low 20s for a quick bounce back up, and then I'll flip back short for more flush. If everything plays out properly, this should be a 20 to 30 point plus day for me. If I miss the initial short, then it's going to only be a 5 to 7 point day on the bounce. That's it. I want 38 with offers. If tick was holding below 0 though, I don't care if there are no offers in the market. I'll take any pop short. But since it's holding above 0, I have to see the offers in the market for confirmation. If no offers, tick is holding above 0. I mean, yeah, it's below 40, but the odds aren't just. It's not that great. Even though the risk reward is still great, I still like to have good odds. So right now we're selling off pretty slow, which is good for the longs. If we do flush and tick holding above 0 for the first 20 minutes, you know that the buyers were still active, even below 40, right? So when we do come down to low 20s, that should be good for a bounce, knowing that there were buyers here when we flushed 40. And as we all know, the 40 snapped. We should have sold off like this, but it could have happened quicker than this. So knowing this, that the buyers were still here and active in the mid 30s, below 40, this is good information to know once we come down to the low 20s, understanding that the buyers were still active mid 30s, right? So they're going to buy as well low 20s, most likely. And again, if the tick was holding below 0 right now, I'd be shorting it against half back, which is around 38. I'd be short any pop with the stop below the open. If tick was holding below 0, it's not, so I have to respect the market and listen to it. Even though it may go, I can't gamble, you know? It's not me. And again, if you miss trades, it's okay because we're looking for the high probability big picture trade that offers good reward to risk. So if you miss 1, 2, 3, or 4 trades, it doesn't matter. It only takes 1 trade to make our week. That's it. 1 or 2 trades, and our week is made. So again, the best scenario would be a pop back up, the tick not being too positive, offers pop into the market, I go short with a stop above the open, and then I cover back down low 20s at the Globex POC and the RTH session POC. I go back, I flip long, I sell out the Globex, I sell out the RTH high at 30, and then I flip back short for a move back down below the overnight low, below 20, and I cover into the flush. That will be an amazing play if that comes, and it's going to make our entire week, or month even. So it's holding above 0 still. I can't take it if there are no offers in the market. I have to see like 800 to 1,000 lots for sale in the high 30s. If not, then I can't take this. Unless the tick was holding below 0, then I'll take it. But here, no, I can't do this. Because you have to think, if they're absorbing it below 40, they could be trapping shorts to push them out over the open and squeeze them and grab their stops and then bring it lower, like I said in the morning. So you just want to stay cautious when the big boys aren't really too active, you know. And when it's all retail, like, you don't want to be involved. You want to be fading them, not being on the same side as them, unless it's a very clear directional trend day. The tick is getting weaker though. Bounces aren't as high. Nasdaq breadth, it fell below 2 to 1. Okay, there's an offer at 36. If we pop up, and if he stacks higher, I'll go short. I'm gonna watch him. If he gets taken out, I'm not taking it. If he holds and reloads it, I'll go short. Again, it can't be a full size yet because the stop is going. Oh, he pulled it. So I'm staying cautious right now. The offer was pulled, so I am staying careful. So even if it goes without us, we have to be okay and accept that. It's just part of the game. Not every trade is going to come to us. We aren't gamblers. We're here to make great trades, right? And if they're going to be great, they have to be setting up properly. If the proper setup isn't there, you just have to be cautious and take small size, or you can't take it. It's simple as that. And this week I've missed probably over 50 points worth of trades by missing fills by a few ticks to a point or two, and I'm okay with that. I don't care because once I do get my fills, you guys will see this. I'll be on fire. It doesn't matter if I miss trades for one week. It doesn't matter to me. It means nothing to me long term. Nothing. SPB, yes. Is there a question, SPB? What's up? Oh, cool. Okay, popping now. Like I said, the tick is holding above 0, so be careful. I have to see offers. I just have to. But if tick is not going above plus 400, that is okay for a short trade with a stop above the open. Okay. Delta. Alright guys, I have a starter short at 38. I started short at 38. It's a starter. It's not full size yet, okay? Stop is above the high of day. Again, you have to see the offers. I'm okay with the stop. Okay, here's the offer. Right below 40. He pulled it, so be careful still. And tick it's holding above 0, so I'm in a starter position. It's not full size yet, okay guys? It's not full size. As of now, I'm 1/4 size. If I see offers stacking, like lots of offers, like 1,000 lots plus, I'll add more size. But as of now, I can't. I have to stay small. Like a 500 is nothing, you know? I just started just in case. So Delta, that's nice positive bounce in Delta. I would say cautious. It did hit right at 40. That's pretty mechanical. And tick holding up 0 still. If on the pullback, if tick is not getting below 0, I may have to cover for a break even or 1 point gain or loss. I don't want to overstay if tick is holding above 0. I am early right now. This is still early, okay guys? I'm going to give it 1 minute. If tick does not get below 0, I'm getting out. Simple as that. I don't care if I lose 1, 2, 3 points because I'm looking for 10 plus points, right? It doesn't matter to me. I'm giving it 1 minute. If by 7:05 we aren't below 200, I'm getting out. And then if I do exit and we flush, I don't care. I'm not going to chase it. I'm playing the market in real time. There's no hindsight here, okay guys, in this group chat, there's no hindsight, it's all real time. I don't like hindsight. 30 more seconds. This is still pretty positive. I need to see a pool. I have to see a pool soon. If no pool right at 40, what the hell? I'm out. You know? I'm trying to cover for 39 to 38. I'm not getting filled yet though. Guys, I'm covering 39, okay guys? Come on. Alright. I got filled some. I took off half 39. I'm gonna keep the other half though. Just in case. Here's an offer, okay. If this offer goes and we hold above it, I'm getting out, okay guys? Now it gets more clear. I took off half at 39. Just in case for -1. Tick. It's not giving it to us. I'm getting out of this. I'm gonna cover 37, okay guys, for 1 point to cover the 1 point loss. It should be a break-even trade for me. I'm not seeing what I have to see, okay? This is not what I wanted to see. I'm looking at how many is being sold on the bid versus bought on the offer, okay? I'm looking at this right now. If we're taking up on 200-300 bought on the offer, I want to be involved. I'm at 37 for break even, okay guys? It's for 1 point, so it should be break even across both trades. It's not coming though. It's weird. So the fact that it's not coming down and we're soaking at 38, it's caution. Be careful. Above the if we go above the 38.5, I'm getting out. I'm out. -3 ticks on that half. So I took -1 point right there. That's nothing to me. It doesn't matter, right? But I'm staying safe. They may have caught shorts, right? So you have to imagine if they go above the open, it's gonna squeeze. I don't want to be involved in that, right? Look at how much they soaked at 38. 2,000, 1.4K, 1.8K, and 2.7K bought on the bid, or soaked on the bid. You don't want to see that. Again, we aren't here to gamble. We're just playing the market in real time and putting the odds and the risk reward in our favor. Okay? Yes, I took -1, but my target was 10 points. I can take this trade a million times and it's going to be a long-term green. It means nothing to me. Safe away. I'm watching right now for a potential failure, so I can't answer as of now. I'll answer after the market close or after I'm done with the stream. Okay. If we go back above the open and the sellers are absorbing the stops and bring it back through with offers stacking, then I'll go back short for the second time, back down below 40. It's just way too sided right now. I can't take anything here. It's just you have buyers active below 40, or like right under it. That's not something you want to see if we're gonna liquidate, right? The idea was liquidation, not absorption. It's like this is the exact opposite of what I wanted to see. So with this being said, if we do flush though and take these guys out, their stops are going to bring us low 20s, most likely, if this is retail, and then we'll just take it back into value if we miss the short. Because this is exactly the opposite of what we wanted to see. We wanted to see liquidation, not absorption. So, I mean, you just have to be careful. You can't get overly biased or overly attached to anything. You can't be attached. It's all about managing your risk when you're early and hitting it hard when you're right. That's all it really is. And again, if we do flush and it doesn't give me an opportunity to get back short, I don't care. I'm not going to chase it. It doesn't matter to me. It means nothing. I mean, look how close we were, like 3 ticks away. Would you rather take minus 3 ticks or break even, or minus 3 points? You have to ask yourself these questions. It came just 2 ticks away from breaking the high and squeezing. That's way too close. No way. That's why I'm looking to get out. I was looking to get out where I was. I knew that if this came and pushed above, I'm going to take a lot more heat than what I wanted to on the starter. And this is a perfect example of getting into a trade, being early, overstaying, and having it work out in your favor. This is a bad habit. You can't. If you develop these habits to make it into a consistent thing, it's not going to work out. Long term, you're going to get squeezed and screwed. Okay, tick is negative finally. So if you do bounce back up and tick isn't above a plus 150, I'll look for a short again. But it's okay. Again, it's barely negative still, so I'll just be careful. Yeah, because now I want to see the buyers get exhausted because they all got filled already. All the buyers already got filled. Now I want to see them get exhausted. So I want to see on the next pop, I want to see the buyers getting exhausted more and more and more and more. Dylan, if that makes any sense. Like it makes sense that it was active buying into the first wash down to mid-30s, but every pop back up, I want to see less buying, less buying, less buying, less buying. You know, hope it makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So if we flushed in snap 33, flush down to the high 20s, any pop back up into the mid 30s, I'll go short because you have guys who are stuck long, who will sell for near even on any pop back up, and that's gonna provide us with the wall of sells. So here's an offer, but it's way too it's a bit low. It's 1,000 lot, but it's a bit low. I don't want to take 5 points of risk over the high. That's not what I'm looking for. He pulled down. Okay, he may want to get filled. This guy, he may try and snap the market. Okay, he got filled though, so they bought his offer. So still, there's no trade for me short side. That the buyers are still active here, right? I can't do anything. Like if you're in the pit, you know, on the floor, and the guy is selling like 1,000, and someone hits him, he buys. Why would you want to be positioned directionally? It's still neutral. You know, and yes, it may snap, but again, we're playing the odds. I'm trying to emphasize this. I know I'm repeating this a lot, but this is essential to understand. Holding negative now. I am looking for pops to get short back into. High 30s and tick negative, I'll go short. If it doesn't come, that's okay. I'll look to get long. Low 20s, doesn't matter to me. Interesting though. We are snapping the low of day, but advanced decline is higher than where we were at 7 a.m. Pacific. So that's something to know. Like the selling isn't that strong as of now. it can still flush mid-20s though, but just these are things that you have to notice. So again, it bounced to mid to high 30s with a negative delta and a tick that's not too strong. I'll go short once again. Holding below 0 now, so that's good. We bounced a point and it's holding below 0 at this point. This is nice. And the Nasdaq breadth is now almost neutral, so that's good as well. So now it's shaping up more in the favor of sellers. So now, with seeing all this, the odds are much higher that we do flush any pop. High odds it gets faded. Before, where it was like this, holding above, and it was still quite positive, it was less odds that it would snap like this. But now seeing this, we can confidently take another short high 30s, knowing that the high odds play is a flush back down to test mid 20s. Okay, holding below 0 still, it's good. 2.5 point bounce and holding below 0. And the buying happened mechanically against the prior day's high. So this is just mechanical buying. So that's good as well. Everything is shaping up now for the short play. Hopefully it comes. If not, that's fine too. And guys, I can't chase this down here because what's my invalidation point? I can't just randomly stop out because of it bounced. I have to stop out because I'm wrong, right? And my invalidation point is above 40, above the open. So if I'm going short at 33, that's a 7-point stop, and my target is mid 20, so that's 1-to-1. And I would never do that. I'm always looking to risk 1, 2, 3 points to make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's just how I do it. J-Dog, that is sick. Good job. It's a nice entry, dude. Holding below 0 still, so you should be good. So now we're building out value above the prior day's high. So if we snap this B low, it's gonna wash. The Russell snapped its lows and absorbed by a few ticks, but it did come off a nice sell-off, so it does make sense. But that's just something to note. So the Russell and S&P are they snapped the lows, but now they're back above it. So this is something to be aware of and be careful of. My confidence in this short is at this point a bit less. But if tick is holding, it's not, never mind. If tick was holding below 0, I would still be taking the short because it's part of the plan, right? But at this point, I am staying cautious still because of the current market environment that I'm seeing. The selling, it's just, it may be a trap. I'm thinking of the potential possibilities, and what they could be doing is they could be trying to get traders a bit too short and then take them out above the high, where then they'll get short, right? Because if you're a market maker, you can do this type of things where you can get people too short and then trap them and then hold the market up and float them up into a point where they'll exit, and then you get their liquidity and take it back down under, and you make like 7 points up here and 5 points back down, and then you get short. So the market maker, he can make a lot of points while getting into his main position. So I'm seeing this, I'm thinking I may not want to get in front of this guy if he's trying to work a market order that is very big, you know. It's just you have to be aware of these things. I'm not saying that it's going to take out the high. I'm not saying that it's going to, but I'm saying it's a possibility, right? and the tick bounce wasn't even that high. It was like plus 300. It was nothing. So again, it is still two-sided. As long as we are below the open though at 40.75, the shorts still have the edge, but I'm just being cautious because I'm noticing these things. I'm not thinking about the money. I'm thinking about what's the probability that I can win. I'm not imagining how much I can make if it works out. I'm imagining what they're trying to do, who's stuck, and how will I have the edge. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Gmail, let's take out. For short, you want to see take out the project's high at 32.31 and flush mid 20s, and that's your money, right? I'm looking for a bit more than this. I'm looking for 37.38. Okay, this is what you want to see. Okay, now we're holding below zero. It's sustaining below zero. Okay, so this is exactly what you want to see. So now any pop back up into the red zone is a short for me. So now it's shaping up nicely. Edge. I do not touch the Widowmaker oil. It's not my thing. I have higher edge in ES than I do in oil. I can trade oil, and I make money on it, but I prefer ES. I'm just waiting for the high 30s. I can't take mid because then I'm risking 5 points, right? I can't risk 5 points. I can't take any size if I'm risking 5 points. It's not worth my time. So if it doesn't come to me, I'll look to get long then low 20s for a bounce back up into the project's high, or the J high. Yeah, G-Man, it's pretty nice. I'm watching the action too. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice action. I personally can't risk 5 points. I can't do it. I need high 30s, not mid 30s. But yeah, it is nice though. I'm watching this too. This is so funny. I'm missing all my trades by 1 point. If this came up into 37, that'd be nice though. It didn't get there. Okay, let's see if it goes. The tick is so nice. It's nice for shorts. Amadara, that's still pretty nice. Edge. If the internals are not catching up to price, yes. Like if advanced decline is neutral and staying and stalling while price is moving higher, then yes. Then you know it's only a short squeeze. That's it's temporary most of the time. Let's see if this goes. Basically below 30. Yeah, G-Man, below 30, watch for the flush. Hopefully we get high 30s first to get short before that happens, right? Because if that happens, then I need to cancel. If you already flush below 30 and come back up, I have to cancel it. But if you hold here and push higher, then I can still get short. But if we do snap this guy and flush and then come back above, the move already happened, and I have to cancel the idea, right? Okay, let's go. I'm looking. I'm currently at 36.75. I'm looking if 37 holds. If he holds, I'll stick with it. If he pulls, I'll put it a point higher for short. Oh, also this is a poor low as well. If you know what this is, if you don't, I'll get into this in detail later on. So again, right now I'm at 36.75 for a half. If the offer holds, if he pulls it as it gets up there, I'm pulling up 1 point into 37.5 for half, and then I have my order spread for 37 half if he pulls it up to 39. So 36.75 to 39 is where I'm looking to get short. and my stop is going to be above the open, above the high. It's going to be a 2 to 3 point stop, and the target is going to be a mid-20s, so that makes sense to me. And the fact that we're building value below 40, this is good, right? So it's holding below 40. It's what you want to see, right, on a trend down day. The breadth stayed flat though for the last half hour. Come on. Yeah, we're 3 wide. See, 1, 2, 3, 3 periods wide, and our volume area is between 34 to 36.5. So it's building value now below 40. If you see this edge, yeah. If this thing doesn't come, that's gonna be pretty annoying, but it's whatever. I just can't chase it, you know. It's not who I am. So if we do snap and get a quick liquidation down to mid-low 20s, I'll look for a long for a quick bounce back up into the priority high, J high, high 20s. So a 4 or 5 point bounce off mid to low 20s if we flush fast. If we snap it and start grinding down slowly, I don't want to step in front of a you know, of that, because that's going to be an indication of liquidation from the big boys, because they're going to sell mechanically and methodically if it's grinding down. If it's fast retail stops, I'll get long to fade that real quick for a bounce back up into priority high. The big boys, they don't get stopped out and flush the market 10 points. That's not how it works. Their algorithms sells methodically and mechanically, right? Slowly on bounces. So I have to see retail stops and then fade them for a push back up into a 29, 28. Russell low of day. Whoever is short should be good. Nasdaq below 7,700 should be good as well. Oh, and YM under 45 should wash down to low 400s. So whoever is short, you're probably good. You know, you're probably good for a big trade. Wish it came to me though. God damn it! Every single day this week. Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't care. It's whatever. And guys, think context, big picture, okay? If you are short, this is the first time we're pulling back, and it's pulling back after failing to break higher out of this range, right? Above 40, okay? So if we do start to get a bit more pullback, it could trigger a lot of longs who got long in this zone, who will take profits, and we could see low 2900s in the next few days. So if you are trading this, you can swing this if you got a good entry for a nice 20 to 30 point plus move. Okay, so just be aware of the big picture. This is a big idea, and it could yield a nice 20 to 30 point move within the next 1 or 2 days. So on Tuesday and Wednesday. So just be aware of this, okay? And if you are in this, I would keep a runner, like a third or a fourth, for the big picture idea. It can pay off for the next week's worth of trades. Like if you take a plus 20 on 1/4, it can pay for 5 to 6 points worth of risk on the next trades. So yeah. Think context, okay? This is how you make big moves when you are correct on the idea and the context is there. You can really make some big money, like big point moves. I'm not talking like a 5 to 10 points. I'm talking 20, 30 plus points. I came into the day really hoping that I could be a part of this one, but just 1 point away didn't come. And if I wasn't this, I would swing this as long as it's holding below 40. But I would have taken some off. I would be taking off at least 1/4 low 30s, 1/4 high 20s, and 1/4 low 20s, and I'll leave a 4th on for the runner. Okay, here's some stops running. Let's go low 20s and go for a quick long flip. If you're short though and you don't want to flip long and you want to hold this for a swing, you can go long in a different account if you have 2 accounts. If you only have 1 account, and if this is your best trade for the week, I would take it off low 20s just in case it does bounce. You know. Yeah, G-Man, it has potential to get to low 2900s. It's worth having a runner. There's no reason to not have a runner on if you've already locked some in. You know, it's just stupid to not have anything on. Like, you want to get paid, right, for what you do. You want to leave some on at least. Like this right here, it can get filled if we do flush. So at this point, I'm only able to go long if we don't pop back up into mid-high 30s. And I'll be looking to get long for the first time back into the low 20s and the first time back into the 15 at the B, D low, A low. Also, this is pretty slow. I did not want to see this. I wanted to see fast stop outs into low 20s. This is way too slow. If it continues this slow, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to skip it and wait for it to flush over that low and wait for it to get into 15, the A, B, D low from yesterday, and then I'll go long. Like, it's too slow. It's too mechanical, it's too methodical. It's real selling now. Okay, it's not just stop outs, so I'm waiting. G-Man, what's your entry? I put it over 40, or at break even. Over 37 is okay, to be honest. Over this swing high at 36.25, 1 point above it. Over 37, pretty much break even for you, so that's a good stop. Right above this high right here, right there. All we're about, guys, in this room is going to be consistency. Okay, that's all I like is consistency and risk management. That's all I do. That's all I like. Okay, so even though it was a miss and some guys caught this, I was looking for just the high probability trade, and it almost came. Didn't quite get there, but that's okay. Consistency, as you guys will see, is going to be number 1 in this room. And also, when we're right, maximizing the reward. That's all we're about in this room. That's all I do. And nothing is called after the fact. Everything is called in real time before it happens. I hate the guys who type in chat 10 seconds after it already bounces. It's stupid. I've been in those rooms. It's the dumbest thing ever. Like, you know. Guys, this is very slow. It's not fast enough. I'm not gonna go long low 20s. I can't do it. If there is one more bid below this bid, I'll go long. But if he pulls it, and if it's only 1 bid, I can't go long. That's awesome to me. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for you guys to all understand my process. If there's one more bid stacking up over here, he pulled. Okay, canceled. All right. I was going to buy low 20s, but I canceled now because we're bouncing ahead of it, but mainly because I'm not seeing these red stop outs over here. It's too heavy still. I want to see more flush. Yeah. Look at this tick. It's sick. Is that low? Is that minus 1K? 950. This is liquidation, guys. This is I did not want you did not want to step in front of this long side. What we wanted to see to buy low 20s was we wanted to see quick emotional stops down to low 20s like we saw over here. We're seeing this like big size being hit on the bid. This is real selling. I did not want to get involved in front of this long side. What I'd rather see at this point is a flush below the overnight low into the ABD low, where some big players will take profits on shorts, and that will cause a bounce back into the overnight low, which will be a 5-point bounce, and that's going to be a quick trade for me. I'm still waiting for the short. Like if we do pop back up into the prior day's high with offers, it coincides with the half back over here and the single prints right here. So it should be a good trade still for me at 30 with a stop if we start to fill the C period. So if I get short at 30, I can have a 3-point stop into C, and I can ride this down to low 20s and 15s. So I'm still stalking for the short entry, a proper entry. I'm not it's not canceled yet. It's still valid, right? Nasdaq breath negative now. And guys, the reason why I skipped along at low 20s is because if we have 500 almost sold on the bid, like there's a big seller in the market, you know, like I don't want to get involved yet. And some people may see this as absorption from the buyer, but that's a big seller and the buyer gave up, so it's a seller. Okay, so I wanted to see this small size hit on the bid, and it just goes whoosh 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 whoosh. Retail stop outs for the long back up into the high 20s for a long, but it didn't come. I saw this 2.5k at 25. I said screw it, I'm skipping it. That's not something I want to see. I want to see this, not this. Hope that makes sense. The 2.5k bid is good for what? What do you mean? No. This is the amount of contracts that was traded on the bid or on the offer. So if you have a 3,000 sold at 25, it means that, or yeah. So if on the bid, if it shows a 3,000, it means that 3,000 was sold on the bid at 25. It's not. These aren't resting orders. It's what's been done at the bid or on the offer. Dylan. Yeah. Sorry about that. 25. There's some action going on here. 7,000 done 25. That's a lot. Volume blip. If we snap below, it's gonna wash them out. The offer. Glock Scout. Glock Scout. Sick name, by the way. Okay, so I want you to flush below the overnight low into the ABD low 15, long back up into the overnight low, about 5-point bounce, and then go and look for the shorts against the prior day POC and the overnight POC for a move back down into low 2900. This day, I'm just going to assume it's going to be a trend down day. Okay, so I'm not going to overstay any longs. I'm looking for the shorts on pops. That's the entire day. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get an entry yet on the short side. 1 second, watching the market. I want to see the 20 half snap. The 20 half snaps, I want to see a minus 1,000 tick. I want to see liquidation. I want to see people getting stopped out, hitting the market sells, and then I want to get long against ABD. Right here. And if ABD doesn't hold, if it small bounce and tick negative and it's heavy, I'll get out for break even or 1 point profit or loss. I don't care, and I'll look for the next one. Okay, let's go. If anybody is still short, if we snap the overnight low and start to hold above for at least 15-20 minutes, I'd look to take some off. Okay, let's go. I'm watching. I need fast watch. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. It's going to be a value area low right here. I have orders in. I'm at 16.15. I canceled it. It's stalled ahead of it. I canceled the long, guys. It stalled ahead and bounced a little bit. Now if it comes back down again, that's not. It's too mechanical and too methodical. I want to see fast flush. It bounced a bit ahead. This is so funny. Everything missed by 1 point, few ticks. God damn it. This happens about once a month, where I have like a week where I miss everything by a few ticks to a point, just because the entry is so like at the exact price, right? So quote unquote perfect, that a lot of times they may get missed. And I've tried pulling them up a few times in the past, and it skews the reward to risk ratio, and I just don't like it. I like being at the perfect prices, because long term it pays off so much more than chasing. And if this is your first time in the room, welcome. You're in the right place. This is going to be all about consistency and profitability for the month. For the month of July, I had 20 straight green days in a row, so you're in the right place. Yeah. Just happened so that the first week I opened up the room, I missed everything by freaking few ticks to a few points. Fucking sucks. G-Man, I'm not taking 15 out. Already bounced out of it. Because now you have guys who are stuck along here who have to flush under 15, and it could snap it to low 2910s area. So I would not take it at 15. Even though it balance, you have guys who now got long here who have to get flushed out below 15, right? So I'm trying to not be on the side of retail. I'm trying to be on the opposite side of retail, the other side, right? I'm trying to go against retail, not be on the same side as them. So I think we do snap 15 and flush them out. Thanks, Aboy Denave. How do you pronounce your name, by the way? Is it secret for a boy named Dave? Your name, ABYD Nave. Damn, Nicey's Nicey breath is positive, but ES is negative. That's interesting. And that's nice though. That's cool. Oh, look at that flush. Below 7,700, like we said, that's sick. Ooh. Oh yeah. Call this out before it happened ahead of time, and let the room know. If you just popped in a half hour ago, this is the pre-market plan. Oh, what's up, Evan? What the fuck? Why is your name backwards? Alright, if you snap 15, I'm looking to go long. And the C single prints, and the XS. I need to see a snap of 15 on wash, and then scout back long up into 15. Boom, boom. 7 points. Let's be fast though. I don't want to get involved in the trend down day. Ahead of it. Spectre, are you so sure as well? Did you cut this, Mike? Mikey Mike, did you get short? I missed my entry by a point, Spectre. PJ, I did not get short. I was looking for the entry. I missed by 1 point. That's what happened. No. I'm looking for the longs, but at this point in time, nothing. No edge yet. What the f— Mike, don't do that. If we snap 15, it should flush some and bring me a scalp long. 2908 to 2910. Yeah, I give it like 10 to 15 minutes as well. Here we go. I want to see fast stop outs and then long for scalp into the C excess. I delete value area at the low volume node 11 and value area low 0.5. In this area, I'll go long for a quick bounce. Look at this tick, guys. This is perfect if you're short. If tick starts to hold above 0 at some point in the day, then I'd look to take off the shorts, to be honest. If you hold above 0 for more than half an hour, I take it off and exit the entire thing. As you guys see how I'm trying to get long on the trend down day, the only way to do it is to get in on quick emotional stop outs. If you're getting in when it's like grinding down, that's horrible. You're gonna get stuck in a bad position where, because the only way to do this is when everyone's getting stopped out who got long early, and then you fade them. If you're with the retail on the same side as them, you have to think 2 steps ahead, okay? You have to be entering once they already think it's a good long, okay? And then they get flushed, screwed, right? And then you go long. That's how you do it on the trend down days, if you're gonna go against the trend. Like on trend down days, I can only take longs and still make money. That's just because I'm thinking who is stuck and where, and how will they exit, and when they exit, what prices will come down to, and when it's at those prices, who is going to sell. No one is going to sell 08s if it comes down fast. It's going to bounce, and they sell on the bounce, right? The big boys will sell on the bounce, not 08s when it comes down to 2 minutes. That's stupid. In the bounce, they sell though. So we sell on the bounce as well with them, with the big boys. And this is why we don't scalp, and we hold 20 points plus if you held, right? Scalper can only dream of that. Scalper makes this in 2 weeks, 20 points. And the 20 points came on 2 to 3 points of risk, what a scalper would usually take, right? It's just insane. Like, why would you want to ever scalp? Unless it's unless you're nimble and you're waiting for the big trade, it's okay scalping, adding up a few points here and there while waiting for the big one. But when the big one is developing, stay far away from scalping, far away. Scalping is the last thing you want to do. This is how you make money, wealth, real money, okay? You take trades that make sense with good odds and good reward to risk, and you hold them when the context is in your favor and the bias is working in your favor, okay? On one contract, this would have made over $1,000 per contract, right? I think Spectre had a nice day as well. He took some size on this. And also, we never show P&L. I've heard horror stories in P&L, and showing P&L does nothing positive. It provides 0 value. I'd rather say, look, we made like 10 points off a 2-point risk, and this was the setup, and this is why it was valid, blah, blah, blah. I'm never going to say, look, I made 20K in half an hour. That's stupid. It makes it doesn't help anyone. I don't like the guys who just post P&L all day long. It's stupid. I can post the P&L as well on Twitter, and it'll shut everybody up. But that's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. It's not. It's low. It's a low level of thinking. Yeah, G-Man. That's a good idea. Good plan. Nice, he's so positive. That's interesting. Is anything even green right now? Why is it positive? Red. Everything is red, but the nicely is positive. That's so weird to me. It's just a sign that if you are short, you might want to take profits if we do hold above 15 for a little bit. I'm going to short pops, okay? High 20s, low 30s, I'll short. If it comes. Nice trade. Good management, you manage it well. Let's see if we get back into the overnight low and get back up into high 20s. and I'll go short for a move back down into the ABD low. No, G-Man, that was all you. That was all you. You press the buttons. I'm looking at high 20s, low 30s where we peaked out here. It was high here, low here, low here. This is a nice area that should act as resistance on the first test back up into it for continuation back down. This is so weird to me. NASDAQ is red, but the AD for it is green, and NYSE breadth is also positive. It's, what the fuck? Guys, if you are short, you're still holding, I would be careful. This is a divergence. It's a positive divergence, and there is a possibility that we could give this all back and make a V type move into the end of the day. And we've seen that happen before, right? Where everyone gets too short, everybody gets way too short, and make a big fat V and squeeze them all out, right? And take out the highs. This is something that should not happen. With NASDAQ being down 0.5%, it should not be +7 on the advanced decline. It should be -20, -30. So be careful of this, okay, guys? So if I do get the high 30s and high 20s, I do understand that the move already has happened. I understand that, so I will be watching the internals, and if it doesn't act right, I will take it off for even or +1 or -1. So I'm just watching. G-Man, enjoy your day. Have a nice one. I'll see you on Tuesday, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Yeah, G-Man, that should have paid for your entire year, right? On the first session. I'm watching the advanced decline for the NASDAQ, because that's the most important to me right now. How it's positive and the NQ and everything else is negative. That's interesting to me to watch. Also with NYSE being green, this is something that should not be here, that is here. So when you're trading, you have to look at the things that should not be happening but are happening. So if this should not be here, if it should be over here, and if this should be negative but it's green, these are two things that can tell you a lot about the market and how right now, for example, internally it may not be as weak as we think it is, and people may be getting too short, which may cause a V-type bounce into the end of the day. So this is a scenario that you have to potentially expect if you are short. So just a warning sign. So we are getting a bit slow now. The action is paused pretty much. We're just building some value out in 20s. Yeah, if you start holding above the C high, E low, L low, and holding as well, it coincides with the overnight low. If you start to hold above this area, and you have a lot of people who are short, who've been hitting it on the way down, who may be short at bad prices now. If we get above half back, we can see a squeeze. So that's just a thing to know. Some shorts getting squeezed now. This is no surprise. We saw the internals being strong relative to where the market was, right? So at this point, if we do retest the low, I'm looking for longs, given that the NASDAQ is so strong, and we should be off the lows on the advancers pretty nicely. Like, look at this. ADD is positive territory, but ES is -3, right? So if you look back and test the lows and advanced decline is holding above 0, I'll look to go long. That should be a great trade. Not sure if it'll come though. It's a bit deep out. Like 17 to 15 area, I'll look to go long. If the advanced decline is holding. With a stop below 12 or 11.5 below this LVN from yesterday. Nice edge. Yeah, it's pretty clear. Nice. I will still have to go short though. High 20s, low 30s, just because it is part of the plan. I have to do it, even though there is a positive divergence internally. I still have to stick to my plan because this was the original plan that I came into the day with, and if you come back and retest this 31.5, it should be good, but the risk above 34, 35 for push back down to 20. So even though it doesn't look like the best trade ever right now, with the positive divergence on the internally, I still have to stick to the plan, right? I have to just stick to it. If it works out, cool. If it doesn't, cool. I don't care. I have to take it still. It's just part of the plan that I had coming into the day, right? I said below 40. I'm all short all pops that spike, so that's part of the plan. So I have to do it. Plus 240 and minus 2 on the day. Interesting. Let's see if this 26 swing high holds. If we get above 26, it should be like this. It should be like foof into low mid 30s. Which again, if you weren't part of the short the first time, the move has already happened. Now you have people who are stuck short, right? And if you get above 26, it could start a chain reaction squeeze. I have to take the short because it's part of my plan, right? I just have to do it, but I do not recommend taking it this time around because now we have a tick holding of 0. Internally, it's positive while the indexes are red, right? So it's a positive, a disconnect on the internals. I would not take it short low 30s. I personally just have to do it because it's part of my plan, and I can't ignore the plan. I just have to do it. So I don't care if it works out or if it doesn't. I just have to do it regardless of what I'm seeing, because I did say to myself that if you do snap 40 and flush, I'll take all pops back into it short. So it's just part of the plan. I don't care what happens internally. This is just what I'm going to do because it's part of my plan. Again, do not follow me because we are strong now, and this may just go, but I have to do it. So that's why I'm doing it. I can very easily enter in a squeeze, so do not follow me. I just have to do this. Because when I follow my plan, say 100 times in a row, 70 out of the 100 times it'll work, and it'll pay off at least 2x the risk on those on the 70 wins, right? So that's why I have to do it. I can't ignore it because the bias is still bearish below 40 on the day, and that's the bigger picture idea. Even though internally it's still positive, the bigger picture is still negative. Hawk offers at 25.5 if we saw a negative tick in ADD with a pop to that level. Would that make for a high odds short? If we saw a negative tick in ADD with a, if you saw advanced decline pop, like go higher? Wait, I don't get the question because you're saying if we saw a negative tick, but if advanced decline pops higher, I don't understand the question. If advanced decline goes higher, that means more stocks are okay, 1 second. Okay, 25.5. I would never short this because it's way too obvious. It's this high right here. You have others who are seeing this and are getting short against this level as well. It's too obvious for me. I'd rather see it squeeze above it and then get short once they're all exited out of the trade short side, and I can get low 30s. And because if I'm shorting 25, my invalidation point is not above this high. My invalidation point is above the balance breakdown that peaked out and washed above 35, not 25. So I would not take it in the mid 20s. I have to take it where I can put a stop behind the point where I'm wrong, not behind a random level, right? Like this is in the center of the range. It's not really the idea of short side is wrong. If we're above 35, we're gonna go back up into the 50s and plus, right? But above 26, it's nothing. Doesn't matter to me. It can go up and back down. Yeah. Also, a 500 lot. A 500 lot is not much. If it was like 800 plus, that's something they can scalp off of, considering that it's also a zone that other traders see as well. So you can take a scalp short off it if you saw like 800 plus on the offer, but I wouldn't overstay it short side because of the fact that's so obvious, right? Like every trader in the world sees this, right? It's just way too obvious. And I would not be surprised if they squeeze them above it, take some liquidity out, and bring it back down. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty much, I don't want to be on the same side as retail. I want to be, I want to fade them because retail loses, right? So. Dylan, I'm usually done by the first hour and a half, the first 90 minutes, but in today's scenario, it's different. It's a trend day, so I'm going to say a bit more. But usually in the balance type days, I'm done the first half hour to hour. So sometimes I go up to the first hour and a half. Yeah. I'm usually done by 8 a.m. as well, Pacific time. So after 8:30, I look and see like. It's after 8:30. I have it so it sets up the high and low for the first 10 minutes, and then I walk away and come back and I see if it really moved anywhere from the zone. And a lot of times it stays in the same balance area on balance days. So that's why I walk away. So if you do come back down with into 15 area with the positive divergence internally, I'll go long with the stop below the low of day. If I get stopped out, I'll re-enter low 05 through 07 area. I'm not going to add lower. I'll take 15, 16 with the low of day stop. If I get stopped out, I'll re-enter about 8 points lower, and then I'll look for the long back up into 18-ish. Yes, only if it's positive internals. Only if there is a positive divergence. Yep, exact. Yep. Spot on. Okay. I mean, it's already pretty slow. So on balanced days, in today's scenario, it's not balanced. It's trend day. We have single prints, and it was a nice zone below 40 to go trend. But on balanced days, for example, actually, I don't want to move the chart, but on balanced days, we're going to have a wide POC. We're going to have like 7 to 9 points of letters across. So it shows that we have 7 to 9 periods of half an hour's worth of trade done at the same prices. So if we're accepting a price and we're pretty wide in the POC, if we go outside of the POC, we can fade it back inside if we're moving into a zone. So that's how I play balance days. That's my it's pretty much the bread and butter on balance days. A lot of the money I make is on balance days. Just I fade it outside back in, and it works. Like, I mean, you'll see I'll go green for weeks in a row in balanced environments. Well, that too, but even if the internals are pushing higher, as we're getting out of balance, if the POC is, for example, 7, like, okay, look over here, okay? Right now our POC is only 3 wide. It's nothing, okay? There's no real acceptance anywhere. It's moving down with time, right? If our POC is being accepted higher, if we're, say, 9 wide, right? That's 9 times 30, right? So 4.5 hours spent trading at the same price. If you take it outside of a value, if it gets outside of value, and it happens fast, you know it's guys who got short over here, who are stuck, who got pushed out of the position. And the most likely scenario is we come back down into the POC, because if we're non-wide, it's like an anchor pretty much. I think of it as an anchor. It's anchored down in this zone, in this price, and if we move away from it, and the internals are not crazy strong, and the delta isn't too crazy, we take it back down to value. Because if we're accepting this price for the majority part of the day, we can expect this price to stay as value. AD at the highs now, and ES, I mean, it's just higher odds they push above 26 and squeeze, right? If the Russell gets above 1501 and I'm short, I do not want to be short the market anymore. If Russell gets above 1501, I do not want to be short anymore if I do get short in 30. Above 1501, it gives back all of this, and people who got short here have to exit now, and you can squeeze. If you get above 1501 on the Russell. Retail probably going longer, 25 momentum, so something you take. You look to short that move. Yep, exactly. When the buyers enter and the shorts get squeezed out, once it comes high enough, say 6 to 7 points off 26, I'll get short. I'll move back down to the POC, which at this point is 24. So 30, 24, take off half, then hold the rest for a runner. Yeah, edge. If you're still short, I'd be cautious. Overnight low, Dylan. Over here, this is over. Wait, yeah, over here is overnight. Okay, let's see the push. Pour high now. I want to go short within this area for continuation. And again, please do not follow me. The internals are strong relative to the market right now, and I'm just taking this because it's part of my plan and I have to follow my plan. Do not follow me. This can very easily keep going and squeeze above the open, okay? So do not follow me. This is just my trade, and I do not recommend the room taking this, okay? I'm looking at short high 20s, low 30s within this zone right here, Dylan. The C low, D high, B low, A high, A low. It's nice. It should act as resistance because the guys who got long over here, right, within this area, thinking more squeeze, have their average prices within this zone. So the first push back up into the average prices should give a nice pullback, and then I'll monitor it for continuation. Oh, no. I said I'm going to short, PJ. High 30s, or high 20s, low 30s. I've been saying that for like past hour, I think. Do you also have your own levels mapped out for us on IQ, or do you just monitor them? Caught the tail and the VX monitor right before someone help squeeze. Evan, I don't map out the Russell or NQ. I just look at them as reference points. Like for example, if you go to the Russell, I can see clearly that the breakdown started from the swing high was 1501-ish, right? So if you get above this area and above 98 to 01 above this area, everybody who is short here, who got long and liquidated, and now it's all shorts, right? So it's only buying that's going to come in above 01. That's going to squeeze it higher. So I look at these as reference points. I like to trade the ES because it's more liquid. It's more clean, and the Russell is very it can be super like crazy and directional sometimes. So I'm on the ES only, but I look at the others for reference points like this, like 01. That's a reference point. Yeah. NYSE is now 1.5 to 1, and Nasdaq is almost neutral. Nasdaq is down 0.5%, but it's almost neutral in breadth, so be careful. Short. I do expect to squeeze over 26 at some point today, to be honest. Just way too obvious level. It's gonna blow through, and they're gonna get the stops and liquidity, and then I'll see if they bring it back down to the low 20s. It does coincide with half back though at 27, so I do hope that they get to that there is enough stops to push it through half back at 27. The red box is the 50% retracement on the day at 27.5, so that's what you see over here. And if this was a nice trend day with internals all negative the whole time, this would be a great entry against half back. But seeing this, how it's so much off the lows and positive now, I do expect this to get tested, at least maybe even taken out. So okay, here it is. Yeah, exactly, G-Man. I don't want to hold this into the last 2 hours of the day, because you already know sometimes, I mean, you'll see this a lot, very often, right? On Fridays, end of day, squeeze back up to the highs and close it green for the week and make it look all pretty for CNBC, right? Randy, I see your message in the chat. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of people commenting about. Oh, it's only you. Okay, let me see. I know you said you don't trade formations, but there is an ABC move off recent bottom projecting 32. I have no idea how an ABC move can project an area that the market can get to. I don't trade patterns. I'm sorry, I can't answer your question. So they took some stops and they absorbed it and taking it back down now. I was hoping that we get a squeeze. It's unfortunate. Their stops may have been just a few ticks ahead, above 27. Didn't quite get there. So if for whatever reason, if you are still short and you want to monitor it for the continuation, you want to see a hold below the A high from yesterday and below yesterday's POC for a flush back down to the low 20s and below. If you hold above the A high and above yesterday's POC and you're short and you're holding it for the big move and you haven't locked anything in yet, I'd be careful. Guys, if you do come back down to the 20 zone and that VNC decline is at least 100 points above negative 270, like if it's at least above minus 170, and we're back at the 2920s, that could be a trade for a quick long for a bounce. Okay, I wouldn't overstay though, because all the stops are below 20, right? It's just very obvious that the market maker, if he gets 21, he can probably he can push some sides probably and slam it under 20, grab at the stops and bring it back up above. So I wouldn't overstay if you're long low 20s, but it'd be good for a quick scalp if it comes in. SPX resistance played out was this. Nice. I was looking at the profile for the 40. It worked out pretty well too. I'm going to delete your screenshot because it's pretty dirty. Just too messy, sorry. Is this big when price reclaims and holds POC? No, the POC is the point of control, so it's expected to hold the POC, right? But yeah, okay, so if it's a trend day and we are pulling away, and then if we start to hold above the POC higher, that's not what you want to see, right? But on balance days, the POC is expected to hold, so it is fair value, right? But on trend days, you want to see the fair value be dragged lower, lower, lower if it's short, and higher, higher, higher if it's long, right? Look at these bids. Low 20s. I'll take a long scalp here, to be honest. If the advance declines above minus 170, I'll go long low 20s for a quick scalp back up into 27, 28. And stop is going to be below this bid right here, under 20. So 21, 21 half, a 1.5 point stop or so for a 6+ point move. That's what I'll do. That's a nice one. There's other softwares out there, but I like Sierra the most. It's the most like clean, and it's also it's the quickest one. It's the most efficient. Yeah, I'd rather take the low 20s long side though, back up into the 30s. I don't want to get short low 30s, but I have to because it's according to my plan. But with the internals being so strong, I don't want to get short, but I just have to do it. It's part of the plan. I just have to do it. Like regardless of what I think is going to happen or what may happen, I have to stick to the plan though, because the plan is long term. It pays off. So even though I don't want to take this trade, I'm forced to take it. I'd rather take low 20s long, but like low 20s long will be sick if it comes. With advance decline holding above minus 170 and delta also being positive into it will be nice as well if the bids hold. Like if I take low 30s short and get squeezed, like don't be surprised. Yeah. If it's past 10:15, I'll take it off. I'll cancel. I'll give it just about 45 minutes or so, and then I'll cancel. Yep, and then you have the retail buying, and you have the market maker who holds it up and squeezes it up into the high of day and closes it green. G-Man. Okay, let's see. I'm not long yet. I said low. Oh, okay. I was going to buy low 20s with the bids, but the bids now pulled, so I'm no longer going to buy low 20s. Okay, guys. I wasn't long. I was going to buy long low 20s. If you heard me on stream. Yeah. And the reason for the long G-Man, if the bids held low 20s, was because if you look at advance decline at 8:30, where was it? Let's look at this a few minutes ago. Advance decline at 8:35 on the first push up was right here on the pullback. It was around minus 300 to minus 280. So if we came back into it and we're at least 100 points or so above, now you have 100 stocks that are more green than red at the same prices over here, and that doesn't make sense. It should be a bit higher than this, right? So it's an imbalance that I'll go long for a push back up into 24, 26 and higher potentially. But I was saying only if the bids held and the bids pulled. So these bids were over here, 20 through 2075, and they were nicely stacked, but now they pulled. I'm pretty sure they pulled because they saw that this push couldn't go. That's probably why they pulled the bids. But this is a poor high, and I do expect this to get taken out. There's a bid right there. Push it up. There we go. Cool. They may be trying to get stops above 27. They're trying. It's pretty obvious, right? They're trying to push this above 27 to get stops and bring it back down. Okay, let's see if they can take it. If they can take it through half back. 30 to 31.5. That's nice. Depending on how fast it moves up, my stop is going. If I get filled the short, low 30s, maybe even high 20s if there's an offer. But my stop is going to either be above the C high, which is the half back for overnight, which coincides with the end low. It's the pullback low after the big launch, right? Where it squeezes higher. My stop will either be above the C high and low and half back for overnight, or if it moves fast enough and it's squeezing, it's going to be above the C high from the session, which coincides with the C. There's the C period POC over here. There's the VPOC. There's VPOC. So. Yeah, a few, but it's nothing yet. They're being stubborn with it. The shorts are being stubborn. They're probably thinking it's just a fast push up and back down, right? Above 28 though, above 28, then they'll get like serious. Yeah, it's nothing, G-Man. You make the money back in like one trade. It pays for like 5 years of zero trust service. Toss you can get for free in Sierra charts if you have a broker. If you have a broker who supports CQG, it's going to be a total of $58 a month. It really is nothing. I would recommend getting it, to be honest. Or if you want, if you can't, if you don't want to get that, I live stream mine anyways. But if you do get this, it's better if you can see everything for yourself on your own screen. You know, like yeah, I do live stream them, but it's better if you can see all this stuff for yourself on your own screen, because then it's in your face, like in real time when I'm gone, right? Yeah. It's worth the money. It's nothing. SVB, no, he was asking if TOS and Sierra chart are separate for data, and they are. Yeah. So the Sierra charts, I recommend CQG data. CQG is the best. It's the most accurate, and it's to the tick. Pretty much doing nothing. It's like almost frozen, right? Let's see if anyone got long here gets washed out below. I can get long low 20s. Stopped one tick ahead of half back. That's too mechanical. That tells me that the selling is not real. It's just a very mechanical level that if they're gonna sell it, only one tick behind the 50% retracement. If that's the only place that they're gonna sell it from, that's too mechanical. I want to squeeze above, higher than this. If we sold a few points ahead of half back though, and the POC was dragging lower, then I'd look to short lower. But with this being right there, that's the only place that they're willing to sell at. That's too mechanical. It shows that the selling is not from big boys. It's from only day traders sell at mechanical prices. Yeah, Dylan. It's good enough odds and good enough risk reward that if we get long low 20s, we can expect to squeeze above 27.5. Guys, if it comes down to low 20s, AD has to be at least plus 300. Below it, it's priced properly. It's already priced in. If it's going to be above 300 on AD and below 20s, that's mispriced. Do I recommend book reading this in market? I don't read trading books or any books on psychology, to be honest. I've only read the only book I've read on trading is going to be what's that one book with the Livermore guy? I forgot the name. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's the one that I read that I actually I enjoyed it as well. I didn't read anything else. I've dabbled like in one or two other books. I read the first like 5 pages. I closed it. I threw it away. Yeah, Chris, it was a great book. I liked it a lot. And Dylan, I just went back to each time the market was at 24 area, and I looked at where the AD was relative to the price, and I came to the conclusion that AD was around the 260 zone at 24. So if AD is at least 40 points higher at 22, 2 points below, it's mispriced. Yeah. So again, one sec, if the word's out there. Okay, I have orders out there. I'm at 30 half to 32.75, and if I get filled, please do not follow me short. The market is strong now. This is just part of my plan. Okay, I do not expect this to work. I just like the reward to risk, and it's part of my plan. At this point, the market is strong, and it can very easily go V and take out the highs. Okay, so please do not follow me. This is my plan and my plan only, and you guys should not follow me on this one. The move has already happened, okay? But I told myself in the morning, every pop back up into good areas, if we snap 40, after a nice flush, I'll be getting short. So that's the plan for me, and I have to follow it. It's simple as that. Even if I see strength still, this was the big picture plan for me that I just have to execute on it. I just have to do it, and I can't ignore it based off what I feel and see. Right? I have to do it still. Again, guys, this could very easily just hold and push up. Okay, like whoever's following me short side, expect to lose money. Okay, I just, like I said, have to do this. It's part of my plan. I'm 1.5 points away from getting filled. Yes, but this is a bigger picture idea, and the bigger picture ideas I have to stick to because they can pay off massively if they work out. So, but yes, SS, I would say 80% plus of the days, it's dynamic and it changes, yes, but this one is a bigger picture idea. It's a big balance breakdown, right? If you look over here. It's a big push above 40 and fail, and we came a lot off the lows. So ideally, like in the perfect scenario, in the most perfect world ever, the next I know it sounds crazy, but the next target is going to be the opposite extreme. If you fail to get any momentum above the top of the balance, the next extreme is going to be the opposite opposite side of the balance, the other side, right? So low 2800s. So it's a 100-point move, but that's in a perfect environment. Obviously, you want to like lock in profits on the way down, but if I do get filled, and if it does work in my favor, I'll hold a swing in my other account and just see how it plays out. So and this is why I'm saying, regardless of what I see internally, I have to take this one. You know, I just have to do it. My risk is 4 or 5 points, but if it works out in the perfect environment, I'll get paid off like really big. Yeah, I don't care about the news, to be honest. I'm playing what I see, and I have stops in. It doesn't matter to me. If this one does not get filled, that would be very annoying. Edge, I have no idea. Delta high. Yes, please, like I said, do not follow me on this one. Whoever follows me on this one gets banned from the room. I'm just kidding, but seriously, like, don't follow me. Yeah, okay, like what would you expect? Like my entries are just way too accurate. It's fucking it never gets there. This entire week, 1 tick, 2 ticks, a point away, then boom, reverse. Hopefully it still comes though. Yeah, Edge. I went public, and this week, every day, missed at least 10 plus points worth of trades by missing my fills by 1 tick, 2 ticks, or 1 or 2 points. Every single day, happen at least once per day. Ridiculous. It happens though, cause like it's whatever. Yeah, I know it's stupid. I have to say I'm shorting 32 and actually short at 31, right? And then I got the fill. At this point, I may have to be forced to cancel the order because of the way it pulled back ahead of it and that comes back up the second time to slower odds, right? Okay, I canceled all the orders. Every order now is canceled. All the shorts are canceled. I didn't get filled anything. No, I'm looking for big picture. But look, my risk, I'm still going to manage the risk even if it goes against, even if it pulls back when I'm not in. Like if it pulls back and then goes back up, then it lowers the odds that it does flush. Like I'm looking for this to push back up into the 30s and pull back and never see this ever again until we hit low 2900 first. Like I don't want to see it go up into low 30s, take out the people who got long here and come back up into it. That shows strength. I want to see it push up low 30s, and that's the top, and then come all the way back down. I didn't want to see it come up and push down and come back up. That's why I canceled. And this is real trading. When you are getting in at very precise zones and areas, you do miss fills. It's part of the game. But long term, it does pay off massively. Okay, guys, I'm taking a break now. I'm turning off the stream. I'll be back an hour before the close. I won't trade the close most likely because it's Friday. If anything, it's the close. I'll be looking for potential areas where they can squeeze out people who got a bit too short or too long. I'll look for quick scalps into the close potentially if it sets up properly. And until then, I'll be back 1 hour until close, before close. Hope this was educational and you guys had fun and made some money and made some good trades as well. That's all it's about, is making good trades and managing risk when you're wrong and holding it when you're right. See you guys.